for those of us who have experienced addiction. There was a point in our lives when the primary purpose was to get messed up, to get drunk, to get high. It was like nothing else mattered. Whatever work we did fueled our addiction. Our relationships, our activities, they all centered around getting and using drugs or alcohol. And then some of us reached a point when we said, this has got to stop. It is not sustainable. It is bad for my life. I need to remove this from the equation of who I am and how I spend my time. So then it went from get messed up to just don't get messed up. Get clean, get sober. And we ride that wave for a while. And at first there's a pink cloud. It's lovely. And at some point though, as the time goes on, you're like, all right, I'm not using drugs or alcohol. What's next? For me, I reached this point a few days before I hit my 1-year soberversary, and I had to sit down and answer this question. I'm sober, so what? And it wasn't necessarily a bid to go out and start using again. No, it felt like an actual dilemma, a serious philosophical quandary that I had to put to rest for the sake of my recovery. And so within the span of an hour of contemplation and reflection, I arrived at the conclusion for this formula. It started off, get messed up. And then it was, get sober. And what's next? Get better. That is, to me, the crucial ingredient for long-term, continuous sobriety, a fulfilling and rewarding life. We don't just stop at not using drugs and alcohol. No, we focus on improving our lives thereafter. That can happen through fitness and wellness. It happens through fixing our diet, putting clean fuel in instead of those junky foods, getting our mind exactly where we want it to be, with meditation, with positive thinking, with counseling and medications if they're needed, getting them to that exact right dosages that help us to feel at our very best. It happens through financial wellness with the saving and getting out of debt, finding a job that we love and is rewarding and meaningful, right? There's a million other avenues, or at least a couple hundred, where we can improve our lives. Get high? Yeah, that's what it used to be about. Get sober, of course. That is where the true part of our life begins. And then when we look around and say, all right, I'm sober, what's next? Get better. It's possible. Look at the other channel content on this channel to find out more. Take care, rest up, and continue to thrive in the best way you can.